Students, we are studying the topic that is subject and predicate. In the last period, I have told you about what is subject and predicate. The sentence is divided into two parts, and with these two parts, what we get a sentence, but we have to make two parts. The first part most probably is a subject, and the remaining part is an predicate. The words that tell you something about the person, thing, or animal. So here they make a predicate. And first is your subject. Those words, name of person, thing, or animal, they form the subject of the sentence. We know this. The words which tell you about the noun. Person, thing, and place, animal is a noun. So the words that tell you about this, they are a subject, and those words tell you something about person, they form the predicate ऑफ द सेंटेंस. उनके बारे में अगर हमें कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन देने वाले वर्ड्स होते हैं नाउन के बारे में, तो उन्हें हम क्या बोलते हैं? प्रेडिकेट. सो आई होप यू हैव अंडरस्टूड what is subject and the predicate. So last time we have done some of the examples. Rohan goes to Sarvodaya school. Here about whom it is told? Yes, it is told about Rohan. So where he goes? Yes, he goes to Sarvodaya school. So here the subject is Rohan. Next, the little caps are very pretty. So who are the caps? They are pretty. So this is the predicate. And what is the subject here? The little caps. Next, the giraffe has a long neck. So here, what is the subject? Can you identify? Yes, the subject is the giraffe. And what does the giraffe have? It has a long neck. It is that simple. I hope in the last period also I have explained you all these things. So just to understand it more better, I am going to explain it again. So we have completed first exercise, that is A. So here match the column and rewrite the complete sentence. We have done this. So what was there? Subject and predicate column were given. You have to just see the subject and join with the proper predicate. We did with this match with the lines in the textbook, and same thing we did in our notebook. I told you to write this in your notebook as well. But in notebook, how you have to write? You have to just write the subject, and before that subject the correct answer, whatever it is joined, you have to write in front of that and make a one sentence answer. So in the notebook you don't have to join with this line. So example, if we take the little dog. So where is this line going on? Here, waved its tail when it saw a juicy bone. So this is the subject and remaining part is the predicate. So when you are writing in the notebook, how you have to write? The little dog waved its tail when it saw a juicy bone. It should be in a one sentence. So in this way, same way, I hope you have written, my grandmother tells us very interesting stories. It is grandfather. My grandfather tells us very interesting stories. The third one was, my school bus has many windows. So a school bus is having many windows. Rohan wake up in the middle of the night. So Rohan is the name of a boy and he is waking up in the middle of the night. I always say a little prayer before my meal. Whenever I have my meal, what I do? I say a little prayer. In this way, we have completed exercise A in textbook as well as in your notebook. So hope you have done this exercise on the both side, that is textbook as well as notebook. So today we are going to see the exercise that is B. So what we have to do in this exercise, we are going to see. So what is given, we are going to read out. B. So if it is better, if we are having books now, books are available or not, but still you can see through this video, I am pointing out where I am reading. So you be careful where my pen is there. The word you should spell, okay? Whenever you get the books, then you will have to read from that. Until that time, you watch the video. I am going to give a snap video, snap photo for this page. There also you can read out. Okay. So moving towards doing the exercise C. B. Circle the subject and underline the predicate in these sentences. One has been done for you. So here, what is the aim to solve this exercise? Yes, circle the subject. When you are reading the sentence, if you find the subject, you have to just circle it out and underline the, so remaining whatever it is, you think it is a predicate, there you have to put a underline below that sentence. So one of the example they have done for us to understand it properly. So we will solve this exercise, but before that, what clue they have given? In most sentence, the subject is placed at the beginning of the sentence. So whenever a sentence is built up, most of the time it is that a subject is always at the first part of the sentence, that we know. But sometimes hence the word and words that come before the first verb of the sentence form the subject of the sentence. So what is subject? The word or words that come before the first verb. So every sentence has a verb, and before that first verb, what is the word of the sentence form the subject of that sentence. So whenever you find a verb, before that every time is a subject. However, it is not true in all cases. Yes. Now twist is there. What is the twist? We know all this, that before a verb we can have a subject, but it is not possible, not true in all cases. It is not true for all the sentences. Subject in some sentences may be at the starting, or else it can be at the end. But this type of examples are not there for you in this class. It may be for you for your above classes, 5th, 6th, 7th. You can get that types of sentences also, where the subject may be in the middle and. But for your 4th standard, the subject most probably sentence are taking like this, that they are always put in the first part of the sentence. We will learn later about the subject placed in the middle or at the end of the sentence. So when are we going to learn this types of sentences? Later. Later means in the above classes. When you pass for the 4th standard, you are naturally going to 5th, 6th, 7th. Like that way, in that classes you will get this types of sentence. But in 4th standard, most probably we are getting the sentences having subject part at the starting of the sentence. So you'll have to just find out on how we can find out. Yes, we will have to solve the exercise. So what is there in the exercise? Going to see that. See, as they have told, one has been done to you. So one of the sentence they have done for us to understand. Okay. Now see, number 1. Starting with the exercise. We have started this exercise to solve. Number 1. Mahatma Gandhi was born in Gujarat. So here you can see a noun, name of a person, thing, place. Okay. So here again a noun is there, Gujarat. But what we have said? Yes, the first part of the sentence. So name of a person is Mahatma Gandhi. About him, something is there in the predicate. About whom? About Mahatma Gandhi. What is there about Mahatma Gandhi? So he was born in Gujarat. Where was he born? Was born in Gujarat. So we get the predicate from this subject, that is was born in Gujarat. So here what we did? We have just underlined that predicate. And what we are going to do with this subject? We are going to just circle this subject. Okay. So in this way, Mahatma Gandhi is a subject and was born in this Gujarat is predicate. Okay, this is the solved example. Now we are going to move to number 2. Okay, the fire burns brightly. So the fire burns brightly is a sentence. So here I have made this circle before only, but I am going to explain you for what this subject and predicate we have made. So see, the fire burns Friday. What burns? Yes, the fire. Brightly क्या burn होता है? The fire. So the subject part is the fire. Here you have to circle, and burns brightly is your predicate. Okay. So for this you can just underline that. See, I put a slash. It is not mentioned here to put a slash, but some students still get confused with the circle and underline. So for you to understand better, I will suggest you to just put a slash between subject and predicate. You can circle this subject, and just for your understanding you have to put the slash, because some of the student get, after doing also circle, some get more confused. So for better understanding we can use a slash between subject and predicate. This means there is two, these are the two parts of the sentence. Okay. See, now moving towards sentence number 3. We change our clothes before going to bed. So here what is the subject according to you? Yes, only one word subject it can be. Yes, it is we. So what is written about we? Change our clothes before going to bed. So what you do? Yes, we do change our clothes before going to bed. So in the sentence a subject is we. So you have just circle we, and the remaining part we have to just underline with a pencil. That is predicate. So what is predicate? Change our clothes before going to bed. So in this way we have completed 3 sentences. The number 4. London is the capital of England. So here a name of a place is given, London. So in this sentence, what do you think is the subject is? Yes, London is the subject and is the capital of England. Which country's capital is London? Yes, England. So you can understand the subject is London is the capital of England is a predicate. So circle London and just underline is the capital of England is a predicate. Number 5. My elder brother serves in army. So my elder brother is there who serves in the army. So subject part you can see in the 5th sentence, my elder brother, that I have circled. See, my elder brother, that is circle. And so predicate in the sentence is serve in the army. Next, number 6. The teacher asked the boys to go out and play. So what did the teacher ask? Yes, she asked the boys to go out and play. So in this sentence, number 6. See, we are doing number 6. The teacher. Who is telling the boys to go out? The teacher. So subject here it is teacher. So a circle is made for the teacher, and the remaining part asks the boys to go out and play is your predicate. There you can underline this from ask to the play. Okay. Number 7. The large and noisy audience clapped after the show was over. So here it is about the show. And what did the audience do? They clapped. But large and noisy. How was the audience? That was very noisy. Noisy. So from here you can say the subject part is the large and noisy audience. So this is your subject part, and the clapped after the show was over is your predicate. So see what I have done in this exercise, same you have to do in your textbook. Okay, number 8. It is very cloudy today. Means how is the climate? It is cloudy. How is the weather? It is cloudy. So you have to just find out the subject. Yes, it is. Again one word, it. Here you have to circle it as an subject, and the remaining thing remaining sentence is predicate. Is very cloudy today. So what you have to do? Circle it and underline the remaining part of the sentence as an predicate. Next, Number 9. The little old lady in the blue and yellow dress crossed the road slowly. So here the sentence is about whom? Yes, it is about an old lady. What she did? She crossed the road slowly. So her dress color is given, and what she did? Yes, she crossed the road. So here the subject is the little old lady in blue and yellow dress. This is about that old lady. And what she did? Yes, she crossed the road slowly. So the subject part is up to dress. The little old lady in the blue and yellow dress is your subject, and this cross the road slowly is predicate. Number 10. The book Gulliver's Travel by Jonathan Swift is very interesting. So who is Jonathan Swift? He was a writer, and the book was Gulliver's Travel. Okay. So the subject part you have to find out. Yes, it is from the book Gulliver's Travel by Jonathan Swift. Up till here it is your subject. It's very interesting. So how is this book? Is very interesting. So this part is your predicate, and subject is the book Gulliver's Travel by Jonathan Swift is your subject. So in this way we have completed exercise B of topic, that is subject and predicate. It was on page number 90. I hope you have understood what I have explained you for exercise B. This should be done in your textbook, and the same you have to write in your notebook as well. So do it properly, student. Thank you.